And now, for our wonderful listening audience, I want to present to you the fabulous, the exotic, the knowledgeable, expert in production, Miss Valerie Mercado of Noble Productions. We're so pleased to have you here.
Thank you for that great introduction. I'm excited to be here. I've been looking forward to getting here. It's been some time. I think we've been trying to connect. So
For a year.
For about a year, that's all. So if you want to
it's-
book something with me, it's going to take like a year.
No, it's good. And I went to your website, so I will be a good hostess.
Yay.
And know all the things that you're doing. So you do video, local TV,
Correct.
advertising,
Correct.
marketing.
Yes.
Marketing's big.
Big.
Important.
A lot of consulting. Yes.
Hooked up to social media.
Absolutely.
How do you do
In
that?
a big way. How do I do it?
Yeah.
I keep up with, well, I try to keep up with for the business owners, of course, so that I can try everything out to make sure it's effective and working, so that when I go to sell my services that I could say, hey, this is what's working because it's working for me. And that's exactly how things have been evolving. But more so, I would say the businesses that I've been working with, which are primarily small businesses and small communities, there's a definite need for learning and continuing to learn. And I've just become that person for them to work with, whether it's on a consultant basis and I just work with them for a couple of months, or they're running on social media regularly, or we're doing television for them. I mean, whatever the case may be, I assess the business, I figure out whatever their budget is, and typically for small businesses, it's not a lot of money, so we need to make sure that we're spending it the right way and that we're getting the best bang for our buck.
What is the enticement factor? What brought you to this?
Well, that's a loaded question. I have been in sales and marketing for over 25 years now, I think, OMG. And I was introduced to television through Charter Media probably about almost 10 years ago. And believe it or not, I met, it was when I first found out about long form television, is how they refer to it, through Charter Media, because Sky River RV was running these 30-minute TV shows with Michael Beardsley. And Michael, you either love or you hate that guy, but you know what? Everybody knows that voice, no matter where he's at, you know, and it's all personality. And so, believe it or not, I kind of took that concept. I knew that people were watching these local TV channels, Central Coast Now, which were different channels back then, but now it's Charter Channel 10, Comcast Channel 27. And they were just intrigued by watching Michael take them through these RVs and going to cool campsites. And he had a following, he had a fan base. And all I could think of is, wow, how many other businesses can benefit from being on this local TV channel? And next thing you know, I just struck up a partnership with the owner of Noble, the original owner, and started working on different programming. And there we went. I mean, we were off and running, producing, you know, local wine shows, local community shows, highlighting different communities, and it just grew and grew. And then beyond that, the needs became more, where they needed graphic design, or they needed help with their social media, or they needed logos. I mean, whatever the case may be that the business was in need of for marketing, I was able to fulfill that and just had the resources to do it. So it just grew and grew and grew, but based on the needs of the client. So it's evolved, and the more interesting thing, I think, now is it continues to evolve, and now we have a huge presence when it comes to social media. And I, you know, if I could scream at the top of my lungs and tell every business owner out there that if you're not utilizing social media to leverage your business and brand your business and expose everything and anything, that you're missing out and that you're just going to fall behind. And I can help with that in a big way. I mean, just consulting a business and telling them what they need to do or what they're not doing or how they're not connecting it to everything else that they're doing in the way of marketing has been big. And I'm working with larger companies now to help them in those areas.
So someone comes to you, they spend 5 minutes with you, you ask 11 or 12 questions, and then you've got it. You
Right.
know what they should be doing.
If I know the business prior to meeting with them and having a conversation, I'm looking at your website, I'm looking at all your social media, I'm just looking at everything, and then I'll come in already with something in mind, a few ideas. So you can walk away with ideas in hand on whether you or your social media person or your marketing person can do. But if that marketing person needs support and help getting things done, I can come in and assist that person too for a short period of time. And video, of course, is a big part of any conversation, because if you look at any of the pages that I have on social media, it all relates to video. And when you do, you can post, a great ad online or a flyer or something like that, or pictures, and that's all great, but you're not going to get the reach or the views that you would get if you post a video, and we do it all the time.
So you have a staff.
Yes, somewhat of a staff. I have
Somewhat.
more of independent contractors that do my video and production and editing and whatnot. Monique Nichols, which I'm sure everybody should know if you know me. She's kind of my counterpart, and we go out and we do a lot of these different promotions together, and we're creating something called In the Know with Val and Mo. So we will stay tuned, because we will have a vlog where we're kind of doing everything and anything anyway, and it's going on social media, but now we're going to go ahead and take it to a YouTube vlog and start doing a lot of that. But my personal Facebook page and her personal Facebook page, we have over 4,800 fans or so, and that's individually. So our following has definitely built and been established through television, but now it's just really taken off in a big way via social media, and it's pretty great.
Do the news people come to you and say, make me look better? I'm hoping.
No, but funny you say make me look better, because we're on TV a lot, and we're on social media, and we're kind of like all over the place. And I have been working with Revive MD here in San Luis Obispo, and I just did a little skit with Dr. Shaban, where I did an interview with her, and she's a great, most amazing woman, I swear, and her staff is great too. But so I'll be working with them to launch something new and exciting that anybody and everybody out there needs to know about this. We're going to launch that in conjunction with Noble Projections and Revive MD of San Luis on Tuesday, and I expect that to launch via social media. But it's kind of a really big thing, and I like to be that partner, I guess, with businesses, that if you want to do something innovative and completely different, you got to think outside of the box, to get recognized, and I'm that person that you would want to talk to.
Well, you're creative.
I love to be. I love to just do
Do
crazy
you draw and
different
paint and do all those
things.
things?
I don't. I originally came from graphic design, though. So I worked at Homes and Land magazine, I want to say, when I was like 16 years old, and I was literally doing graphic design, and I was producing a magazine probably by the age of 18. So that's kind of like, that's how my mind has always worked. I have to know the ins and outs of absolutely everything. And I think that's kind of, it shows now.
So you see the end before the beginning.
Absolutely. And heaven forbid you tell me I can't do something.
Oh, I would never think
or you basically say, this business can't be marketed this way, or, I'm always up for a challenge. I will take any challenge on. Absolutely.
Well, you are now, I know you've been with Grover Beach United for a while, and we're both
Yes.
part of that, and,
Yes.
and he's a wonderful chamber member. How is it to work with two people who are so right on it all the time?
Well, it's, it's good. I mean, you want that in any organization that you're working in. And I've worked with so many different organizations, everything from Grover Beach United, who I was actually the founder of that. I don't know if you're aware of that or not, but it's interesting how everything kind of loops back around. And then now, hopefully, I'll be working with the Pismo Beach Chamber.
Yes.
I'm starting relationships with the Santa Maria Chamber. I have been part of the Old Orchid Town, Merchants Association, I would say, for the longest, and that's been my longest running group of clientele. It's probably been 7 years or so, and they've all been amazing. So when you work with people in these organizations and they have a vision and they know what they want to get done, and they actually get it done, that's big, because I've worked with a lot that struggle because there's, you're dealing with volunteers in most cases. And so when you can actually get things done and you could, show the outcome to the community that you're getting things done, I think that says volumes for you.
When people come to you, do they usually know what they want and the only thing that's stopping them is money?
Not necessarily. I don't think they always really know what they want. There's a lot of businesses out there that probably are thinking, yes, I need to get my social media going now that they're hearing me talking about it, or, television's too expensive, so I can't do that, and, whatever they're thinking is for radio. There's just so many different options out there. I don't think they know what they want to do, and they already price themselves out before they actually look into it. So I'm that person that's a voice of reason, because I don't represent necessarily anything specific. If you're a fit for my channel, great, but if you're not, there's a lot of other options out there for you, and I know how they're all priced. And so, there's something out there for everybody, and of course there's something free, which is social media, and if you're not doing that, then you're not helping your business at all. So They don't always know, but I could certainly at least give them an idea of where they need to be. And if a business has $500 a month to spend over the next 6 months, then that's good. That's something that people can work with.
That's a good amount, isn't it?
But you've got to be consistent. You definitely have. But I mean, there's businesses that'll spend $10,000 a month. It just depends on your business size, what your product is, and how you go about getting that word out there. So,
are you famous up in North County too?
I don't know that I would say that I'm famous anywhere, but I have clientele. I'm still working with Sky River RV. I'm assisting them with all their marketing. Paso Robles Golf Club is also something new for me, and I hadn't really gone to the extent or degree that I've been working with Paso Robles Golf Club in the way of videos and interviews and all kinds of fun stuff. And again, that was one that it was a little bit more challenging, and I had to get really creative, and we're doing a great job. It's just, and I get everybody on board within the company. It's like, anybody can do these videos. Anybody can, everybody has a phone in their hand. I mean, how could you not take advantage of that?
And a golf course. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Right?
Yeah. But we're having fun with it. The really cool thing about Paso Robles Golf Club is the staff. And so you can just tell, and so I interview those people, and you could tell between the customers that come in and how they respond to the staff, and just the energy and the fun and all of that there that you get. And so I capture that, and I deliver it to everybody out there through video, through social media. And it's great. I mean, it's something you could do right away. We still produce professional videos for television or for social media, but there's certainly something to be said for where we are in this day and age with just posting things that are raw and just are real. I mean, people are loving that, so we're going to deliver more of that.
Well, that's going to be forever now that it's there, right?
It's taking reality TV to a whole different level because, and go lives, like anytime you post a go live on social media, you're going to get fast response from that just if you post a regular video. I mean, the go lives those come up in your news feeds and notifications sooner than anything else does. So you'll see a lot more go lives coming from me too.
Are you a news junkie?
No. I wouldn't say I'm a news junkie. No, I'll listen to the local news, that kind of thing, but I'm always looking at who's advertising, of course. But as far as national news and things of that, I stay up to date. My boyfriend is like huge, national news listener and watcher, but I'm more of, I really try to stay positive with everything, and I think there's a lot of bad things happening in the world all the time, and not that I would dismiss anything like what's happening with the fires recently or anything like that, but I think there's just a lot of bad media out there anyway, and I like to be positive and have a good outlook every day. And the things that we post and anything we deliver, you're going to feel that energy. We want to take people to the fun places and do all the fun things that we do and keep a smile on your face because it's the Central Coast, right?
Yeah. Have you been up to the zoo?
I haven't.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun?
That would be fun. Mo and Val at the zoo. I can see it now.
Well, they're having a Christmas party. I think it's next Sunday.
Oh, really?
Where they wrap everything in Christmas paper for the animals. And of course, it's all food.
That would be cute.
But that's always fun. Do the
That's
television stations come and ask you for advice?
No.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I would say not. It's a different thing when it comes to media, and I think how they've perceived me or how they've looked at me over the years. I think initially it was kind of like, yeah, she's here now, and she's probably not going to be here for very long. I've been here for over 8 years, and I'm not going anywhere. And I think they're unsure of looking at me as a competitor, or I'm selling everybody's service and product though. So I'm also an advertising agency. So if there's a fit in different media that's not my own, then I'll go ahead and I'll sell them someone else's, package. And I've worked with KSBY, KCOY, KYT, KKFX, any of the news stations around here. I have relationships with all those people because one of the biggest things for these business owners, no matter what the size is just having to deal with multiple media. And, everyth's different. How you read their bills, how you know when your spots are going to air. Like everything is different, and I hope that I help people understand that more, and I watch it for you. You're responsible for running your business, and that's what you need to do. I'm good at what I do, and so people hire me to do that.
Do you see anything really, really exciting happening in 2018? Something new?
Well, for me, absolutely. One of the biggest things that we've been working on, and I'd say we've been working on this for at least a couple of years, is doing live broadcasting, right? So when I say live broadcasting, people are probably like, what are you talking about? Well, with technology today, we have the ability to stream live. And when I say stream live, that could be to a YouTube channel, that could be to Facebook. But beyond that, we have the ability to insert commercials, to insert text, to insert graphics, to insert B-roll in any of the shows that we're producing in the way of a 30-minute show. So that can be fed right out to Facebook or to YouTube, and it has all of the elements already built in, where we're currently going out and we're filming, at multiple places to build a whole 30-minute show. Then we have to add in the elements and the B-roll and the commercials, and it's a lot of work. Well, we're able to streamline that now, and so we're getting better and better at doing that and conducting interviews with, great people. I have 2 shows we're producing now for doctors, and I have other people that'll likely be coming on for interviews and whatnot. So we have the ability to do what we're doing here now and having the conversation, but streaming it all at the same time. And I think that's a huge advancement for us and for the small businesses that I work with and are representing, and that's what I'm hugely excited about for this upcoming year.
Do you see anybody out there that you want that person?
That's a good question.
Is there a business out there that hasn't come to you and you wish that they would?
Not necessarily. I would say it's more of communities, because when I come into a community, like I'm working with Cambria right now, the Alala Berry Inn Bed and Breakfast, and there's, we're going to be there this weekend and kind of showcasing different places in Cambria. And I like connecting more with the community. So if there's a community out there that I would love to come on board, it would probably be like Morro Bay, Cayucas kind of areas. I mean, I've connected into Cambria and we've done shows for them. I've done shows for a huge amount of communities here, but that would be a community that I haven't actually done a TV show with as of yet. So
restaurant shows are always very interesting.
Yes,
aren't they?
and everybody loves food, so it's like, and they can watch it all day long. And so anything that we've ever had, whether it's on social media or on TV, has performed really, really well, as of course it would, because that's what people like enjoying. But yeah, food is always good. So
not necessarily exotic food that you and I would never eat.
No, not necessarily. For me, I'm a pretty simple person when it comes to food, probably a little too simple sometimes. But I like a good deal, and I just like things that make sense for the consumers and the viewers and the people that are watching, There's some really nice high-end restaurants that are great for date nights and, if you want to get away from all the kids, but there's also family-friendly type restaurants that are affordable options for everyone. So you kind of try to keep that in mind and give people a little bit of everything depending on what their situation is. So.
And for dessert, do people want to see what Doc Bernstein really does behind those walls?
I would think. Well, we were just talking about Sheila's Sweet Treats in Pismo Beach, and she's a sweetheart and a friend of mine, and we've done some little filming there for her, and we put her on the channel, and she had great results. And we did, there's another place in Grover Beach, I want to say, that we did in the way of desserts, and we did something fun for them too. So there's a lot of things that you guys are all doing in the way of business and what you do day to day to conduct to get your business done. But for consumers, I think, and viewers to kind of have like a bird's eye view of what you're doing and what you're doing to get there every day is interesting.
Very.
It's interesting to people. It's just like telling the story, and I think that's more and more of what we're doing is we allow people to tell their story, and they don't have to do it in under 30 seconds. They can actually, a video could be 3 to 5 minutes if it's really interesting,
So you have to know how to do all of this.
Absolutely.
You don't rely on anybody.
Well, not really.
That's good.
I'm very hands-on, and there's just things I think that, and I've had that where I'll send crew out or to do things without me, and it just isn't the way I want it to be. Or there's things I can pull out of, I think, business owners that have conversations with people. They give you a more genuine delivery, I guess, and you just learn how to direct people better. And I never thought I would be directing people, in front of the camera, but I am. And I just think it's just pulling out that genuine personality of people, and sometimes you have people that are just completely freaked out when we put the camera on them.
I remember Sheila did that the first time she was here. We could not get her to speak.
Oh, really? Well, the camera wasn't even in front of her. It's radio. Sheila was good with us. I mean, but I probably is comfortable because she knows us and she's around us and whatnot. But I've had businesses be like, I don't even want to be in the video, and I've showed up to a business and they've said, I can't do this. I don't want to be in the video. And I've said, okay, well, let me rethink this here real quick. So believe it or not, that's how I started becoming in a lot of my videos, my own videos, is because the businesses just really didn't want to have a big part in it or be in it at all. So you just have to get really creative. And I mean, if it's a great product or service or whatever you're providing, I could sell anything,
But you have the vision, you see it.
Absolutely. Well, I put myself, I think, in the place of the business owner really well, and I'm like, if this is my business, how would I want to market this, or how would I want to showcase this, or how would I want to talk about it? So it's easy.
Is there another aspect that you're not doing that you might consider?
I think I'm kind of going in that direction. I'm picking up a fair amount of business as far as being a consultant to businesses, bigger companies now, and kind of, I think, bringing all of their marketing people together, making sure everybody's doing things consistently and the brand is the same for everybody. The live broadcast has been something I've really been trying to dive into for some time. I would say the only thing that I don't currently have right now that, I've got pretty much everything, I think, handled really well. Once we get our vlog YouTube channel up, would be a radio talk show.
Oh, very good.
That's really the only thing left after we get our vlog together. So you never know,
Well, everyone here knows you, correct, in the studio?
Yes. I would imagine pretty much all media probably knows me. In one way, shape, or form.
Then it's a shoot. We want to thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
It goes so rapidly, doesn't it?
It does.
So now do we put you on a schedule and you come in every 3 months?
Hey, whatever you guys want to do.
And then you can talk about your other businesses.
I'm good with it.
All
totally.
right.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.